Hi there, J.W. Wilson here, founder and executive director at the Learning Code Institute. And I want to welcome you to your very first Cracking the Sales Code module. And before we dive in, there are a few quick tips that we want to share with you that will help you get the most sales results possible out of this program. First of all, this course will likely look completely different from any course you have ever taken before. Most of our participants, like you, are shocked when they learn about the structure of our disruptive courses and how they work. Beginning today, you will only receive 1 to 2 of these Cracking the Sales Code episodes, which we call Learning Adventures. You only get 1 or 2 of these per week, and we will deliver them to you one at a time. Now, you may be wondering why we are delivering information to you in such a different manner than you're used to on the web. Well, here's the reason why. In order for your brain to retain any new information, it needs to go through all 4 stages of the cycle of transformation. And these are information, action, feedback, and incubation. For now, do not concern yourself with all those details, because we will explain exactly how this cycle works in much greater depth in your upcoming learning adventures. The important piece for you to realize is that traditional courses that are not based on neuroscience deliver so much information to your brain so quickly that they leave your brain physically unable to absorb the content delivered. What's it feel like? It feels like drinking water from a fire hose. And this is exactly why 90% of the people who sign up for traditional online courses never, ever complete them. Worst of all, this outdated teaching style, which we've been using since the time of Aristotle, causes most of us to only retain 3 to 5% of what we try to learn. So, by only providing you with a small amount of relevant information at a time in our shorter 3 to 10 minute long learning adventures, we allow your brain the time it biologically needs to commit your new learning to memory so you can use it, not only to elevate your sales process, but to improve your life and the lives of others. Better yet, perhaps the most disruptive feature of our new courses, these learning adventures, is that we include real-world actions for you to take, which we call access triggers. Access triggers are hands-on activities you will complete in the real world so your brain gets the feedback it needs to ensure that your new learning is locked into your brain structures to stay, so you can finally get the results in your personal and professional life that you have always been dreaming of. Thank you for choosing to unlock the neuroscience of sales with us. And without further ado, let's get on with your very first Cracking the Sales Code adventure right now. Hi, J.W. Wilson here, founder and executive director of the Learning Code Institute, where we are considered the world leader in understanding the neuroscientific basis of how we learn, change our behaviors, and motivate ourselves and others. We are delighted that you have chosen to join us for Cracking the Sales Code, how to use neuroscience to position your brand as #1 in its field. Whether you're in big ticket sales, you do door-to-door sales, operate from a call center, or whatever you sell, whether it be real estate, cars, financial services, stocks, pharmaceuticals, insurance, consumer goods, whatever. Whatever your niche is, the material you are about to receive will not only break your thinking machine about the fastest ways to achieve exceptional sales, it will give you a whole new paradigm as to how to amass a tribe of followers who want more of you and more of what you are selling. And we at the Learning Code Institute personally guarantee that each of you are going to enjoy and reap huge benefits from these groundbreaking adventures in sales. Some of you are familiar with us, but for those who aren't, allow me to provide you a little background on how Cracking the Sales Code came about. Over the last 30 years, our passion at the Learning Code Institute has been, as we mentioned earlier, to dive deeper into the latest neuroscience discoveries on how we actually learn and change our behaviors. Specifically, the powerful role your biology plays in activating the brain structures and even the genes that dramatically accelerate your customers' learning and buying process. If we would have realized the depth and complexity of this subject 3 decades ago, I honestly don't know if we would have embarked on this journey of discovery. But thank goodness we did. We're so glad we're here with you. This journey into how our brains and biology actually learn is an entire universe unto itself, drenched in complexity, more than we could have imagined. And yet, step by step, hour after hour, year after year, and thousands of scientific papers and books on neuroscience, genetics, quantum theory, epigenetics, biology, chaos theory, all that research later that we dove into, we arrived at a breakthrough in understanding the scientific basis of how to dramatically accelerate the speed and depth of learning, motivation, and behavior change. After publishing our best-selling book, Cracking the Learning Code, the science that is transforming how the world learns, motivates, and changes behaviors, numerous thought leaders and business executives and educators have called it the greatest learning discovery of the 21st century. Just as importantly as the science behind the learning code is what we did next. We began to develop practical, easy-to-understand applications to use this powerful scientific-based learning technology for specific interest groups like teachers, homeschool parents, addiction counselors, finance managers, and yes, people like you, sales professionals, which leads us to today. You are about to enter the rare air of knowledge about the most disruptive and effective sales tool and strategy ever created. Now, before I go further, I want to acknowledge that if you're an advanced skilled salesperson right now, it is likely that you will recognize that you're already using a lot of these strategies today. Certainly, the last 75 years of trial and error by thousands and thousands of salespeople have produced practices that do indeed produce results. We're not saying that they don't work, but ask yourself, how much work and how many mistakes were made to discover these few gems that really work for you right now? Imagine having at your fingertips a deep understanding of how your customers are thinking at any given situation at any moment, and then provide them with exactly what they need based on the latest neuroscientific understanding of what is happening in their brain. It changes everything. I'd also like to mention that our team includes multiple contributors who have strong sales backgrounds. They are highly experienced and have been very successful in sales, sales management, and in numerous industries that range from Fortune 100 to small businesses. In their careers, they have designed courses, written articles, and trained others in ways that have been very helpful into creating what we believe to be the finest sales course in the world. There have been volumes of books and courses on sales, many of them providing really valuable insights into how to increase productivity and sales rates. We believe Cracking the Sales Code stands alone, delivering disruptive information that has never been available to salespeople before. It's about understanding how the brain works and responds to your messaging. And for the first time, replaces trial and error with scientific-based strategies to effectively accomplish these goals, making more sales and creating more exceptional customer satisfaction. So again, I want to welcome you to Cracking the Sales Code. And in your next learning adventure, we're going to provide a more in-depth overview of the structure of this course and the ways it has been designed to produce better results than any course you have ever taken. So we'll see you shortly for an overview of this exciting adventure in sales. As you will see in these learning modules, which we call learning adventures, there is not a lot of the traditional kinds of homework you experienced in other academic and online courses. As you're going to learn in future learning adventures, we use what we call the cycle of transformation, which is specifically designed to activate specific brain structures and neurochemical systems that create the kind of learning in you that sticks. More on the cycle of transformation and how you can use it to accomplish and accelerate the mental, physical, and monetary return to you in the future. These learning code courses, really adventures, are not like drinking out of the fire hose of memorization and tests. They are designed to have your brain naturally and effortlessly encode the learning you need to succeed in life. So today, the only thing we would like you to do is sit in an easy chair or take a walk. Take a few minutes and ask yourself this question. Is what I have been doing in my sales efforts giving me the results that I demand? And then take a few minutes to reflect on it. But here's the important part. Don't BS yourself so you look good. Just ask yourself that question. This is really all you got to do today. Ask yourself this question, reflect on it, and we will revisit it in future learning adventures and discuss it more. I'm so looking forward to seeing you in the next learning adventure where we will peel the onion even more so you can apply the latest learning and marketing science to your brands and sales efforts right now.